I don't have the time. Sir, there's like 3 different calculations. Stressed. Talking about you care about where you're at. I have been getting a lot of ad hoc requests. So I'm working on pulling some data to prove kind of like a point, because I don't think they're looking at the data correctly. Or I don't know if they've looked at the data at all, to be honest. Oh no. So what I'm doing is I am using an existing dashboard that's already out there for sales, and has the sales, and it has like different sales metrics, and it already has them ranked. So I'm just I'm downloading the data so I can see the ranking for each of the individual metrics, and just kind of do a quick stare and compare. So this is going to be like a really quick dirty analysis. Like I'm just trying to really just look and prove a point to say that like this approach that they're wanting to take doesn't seem to be able to do what they want it to do, or they didn't call this out in their deck that this is what I see, because I don't think they looked like, I don't want to say you did not, but it doesn't appear that you looked at this. So I am going to call this out. Like, was this considered, you know, given these targets? Yeah, it's like the same look, the same people are at the top, all the like. Okay. So I'm going to continue to work on analyzing, doing a quick analysis to prove a point on this, send this data over to them and just say, hey, look, if you go this route, this is what you're going to see based on what you provided. So I don't want to waste battery. I'll check in with you guys later. What a day, what a day. This has been, hey everybody. Yes, you guys, happy Friday. Coming to you from work from home. Stressed. Oh my goodness. In the last 2 days, this past week has been very stressful, very busy. I've been asked to do a lot of different things. Oh my God, where is this why isn't this information in this? Like, we have been getting a lot of, or I'll say I have been getting a lot of ad hoc requests. Like, I need to see this number, I need to see this, I need this. Like, can you pull this data? I'm just over it right now. It's just so much going on, and so much, like, I don't understand what direction we're going in, because it's just like we keep getting asked to pull different data, different numbers, and it's like, okay, but why? You know? Like, why do you need this? Like, help me understand, because you're asking us for all these different numbers and it doesn't make sense. And one of the things I wanted to work on doing was creating this dashboard that has numbers that pulls in from all these different data sources, so we can have like one source to get it. But it's just, I don't have the time to do that because of so many ad hoc requests. Like, I can't even take time out to build that. So because of all the ad hoc requests, you know, like last night, or maybe not last night, but yesterday after my shift, someone said, hey, I need to know what % of employees are hitting this. So I'm logged on this morning, I see the request, so I start pulling the numbers to get them that. And then they're like, oh, I need to see it broken down by market. I'm just like, if y'all would just put everything in the initial request, that would be helpful. So now I'm having to redo that work. I need to give them this number broken down by market. It's gonna look even worse broken down by market, because they aren't doing that great. But whatever, if that's what you want to know, that's what you want to see, I will give it to you. So yeah, that's what I'm working on now, breaking this stuff down by market. And where is the sheet? Oh, we have a team pull up in like 5 minutes. Okay, let me see if I can get this done pretty quickly. One thing they don't tell you is that sometimes you have to work quickly, but that's when mistakes are made. But you have to kind of be fast about things, because you need to knock out requests. Like, you have to move on with your day. You can't just be stuck on one request. I've been there, done that. Can't just be stuck. You have to get people something of what they need and keep it moving, or at least let them know, yeah, I can't get to that today. I have all this other stuff going on. Like, you have to level set expectations with clients and stakeholders, or whoever is requesting data from you, because you may want this immediately, but also I know this is your job and you're trying to get info to do your job, but also I'm trying to do my job too, and this is a part of it, but I also have other work. So hopefully you can understand. Something's not right. My numbers aren't adding up. Oh, was this rounded? Hold on. Because I had two. Okay, I have 2 minutes and my memory card is almost full. Jeez. What's not counting right then? 44.50. Where's my pen? Oh, I'm late for the meeting. Okay. Let's see, 44.50. Okay, let me go down on this meeting, y'all. Okay. All right, hello everyone, welcome back. So today I am needing to log on and work from home. I don't know if it's our VPN or if it's something else is going on, but the internet is down in the office, so I'm gonna work my last hour at home today. I need to get some numbers for my manager for an update that our senior director needs to provide on a call today. So I need to pull some sales numbers for her. Where is my, I need to get my work phone so I can log on. But I'm gonna do that. And then I've been working on, oh, who's messaging me? All right, let me see what this is about. Okay, so let me log on. So, and after that, I've been taking this training for Power BI to learn. Like, it's not something that's supported by my company. Like, we don't have, what is it, like Microsoft Fabric or anything where we have a server, anything that we can use it on, but I can download it to use the free version to learn how to use it. So yeah, and then I need to work on this ROI dashboard. I'm trying to get all of our numbers that we look at for the most part in one place. So I want to create tables in the database. I need to load some data in the database and create tables and pull it from there. All right, hello, good morning everybody. Happy Thursday. Today is also the release of the pumpkin spice latte, or pumpkin spice, or fall, whatever they call it at Starbucks. I think it's pumpkin spice season. I'm drinking my pumpkin cream cold brew. This is like my favorite drink. Like, I don't get like the pumpkin spice latte. I like the pumpkin cream cold brew. But anyways, work-related items. So I need to get some data that's an Excel file into a table in the database. So yesterday I went through creating the table. I have like my month. I labeled my different columns. You have to, when you're creating a table from scratch and you're going to be importing data into it, you need to declare the data types. So I did all of my data types. I went through, I have like the bar card, the date, the decimals, all of that, the integers, labeled all of my data types. I did a test run and uploaded some data from February, went through fine, because usually when I go to put data in there the first time, it fails. So I was surprised that I got everything correct and nothing failed when I did my test run with some February data. So that went through fine. So I dropped the table, recreated it so I could put like January through March data in there. That failed. So when I went to check the table though, it had like probably 99% of the data in there from what I could see. So I dropped the table again, only did like January, February. That loaded fine. All the rows are in there. Went to load March separately. It failed. So there's something wrong in the March data. And I did a row count to see how many rows of data, like kind of match it up. So how many rows are in there for March in the table versus how many rows of data I have in the file from March. And there's 5 rows of data that's not uploading into the table and that's causing it to fail. So I need to isolate and find out what 5 rows of data is causing this to fail, because I'm not sure. So that's a part of what I need to do today. I also need to, our July results finalized. So I need to get some data pulled together so that we could do a readout on July final performance. So I need to analyze some of the results and pull the data there. But to be honest, I want to work on this issue with the data not uploading to the tables. But we have a call today at 11:30. Oh, we cut it down 30 minutes because usually it's an hour-long call, but it's only 30 minutes today. So maybe we won't go over July. I don't know. But anyways, I need to get these July numbers together. There's also some other data I need to pull together because we need to send a communication out to our sales employees with these numbers and results from July. That's another thing I need to work on, but I don't know if I'm going to get that done today. Hopefully I can at some point, but yeah. What else? Yesterday we had some database or some issues with a metric calculation. So I'm helping out a teammate that's out of the business for a little bit, and I've been taking over her projects, or yeah, kind of like doing her projects. My manager already pulled me in to help with them, but a lot of this stuff for this project started last year and also at the beginning of this year. And there are a lot of conversations that I wasn't a part of. Like, I wasn't a part of the conversation when they were coming up with this metric calculation. And when I go to look at the documentation that shows how the metric should be calculated, there's like 3 different calculations. 3 different, like, it's worded differently in 3 different places on this documentation, and I'm like, okay, I'm confused. How should this actually be calculated? Because it has one calculation here at the top of the document. In the middle of the document is a different calculation, and at the bottom is a totally different calculation. So I'm like, which one is correct? Because this documentation has 3 different calculations for the same thing. So I need someone who was involved in that conversation to help me out so I can verify, hey, is this correct or not? So I reached out to a finance manager, and he was a part of the conversation. So we had a call yesterday. Well, actually I messaged him about it, and so he can confirm which one of the 3 are correct, so that when I go and do the calculations to address this other concern that came up, I wanted to be able to speak to it confidently, like I know what is happening. But if your calculations are not done correctly, like based on the way you're saying they're supposed to be done, then that's going to be a problem. So after verifying with him the correct calculation, I went through calculating results. The results are not calculating the way that it's supposed to be. So that was a problem. We had to address it. We pulled up with my manager of finance to go over it. Hey, this is how it is currently calculating. This is the 3 different ways the document has it listed. This is what I was told should be how it's actually calculating. And if we do calculate it that way, we need to like determine what the impact is. So that was a whole call yesterday afternoon going over that. But my manager is going to take it back to our VP to let him address and see how they want to handle it. Like, are we going to change the metric calculation, or are we going to change it to how it should be done correctly, like the correct way? Or are we going to leave it as is and update and make everybody aware? Either way, we have to let people know, but still, like, that's a whole big thing. So that went on yesterday. All right, so let me get into doing this, pulling these July numbers so that I can ask, like, hey, are we going to read out on it today or tomorrow? I mean, today or next week. I don't know, but we'll see. All right, I'll check back with you later. All right, so what I'm currently working on is doing some updates to the July end of month performance slides. I don't know if we're going to review it on the call, but I'm just updating the data to see what the performance is looking like. So for some of the metrics, we're seeing some improvement. For a couple of them, a slight decrease, but I think that's to be expected because we're seeing an improvement in another metric. We saw a slight decrease in the other, and I'm just updating this data. I have in Excel. I'm using Power Query and Power Pivot to kind of like pull the data together because it's in multiple sheets so that I can analyze them together. Like I can clean the data, I can pivot the data together instead of doing them individually, so I can see how the data is related to one another. All right, so I need to pull in the data from this other. Sorry, my phone just did an update. And of course, you gotta update all your apps after you do a software update. So yeah, all right. And let me pull in. So I'm working through pulling in some of these numbers into an actual file. So I'm updating these numbers into a deck. So I'm taking them from Excel so that I can refresh the deck for the July end of month. Okay, so just updating my manager, letting her know like I'm pulling the July end of month numbers since we have finalized data, just like a kind of like a deck we have for holding. Like we do all of our edits and reviews there before we put it in the finalized deck that we present. But I just wanted her to know like I'm updating that deck, even though we may not use it today. I'm updating it because it's kind of last minute. The call is in an hour, so I don't want anyone to have to scramble and kind of try to review and analyze these numbers to speak to performance. Alright, so I got the numbers and I am doing a month over month comparison when I update these numbers. So like I'm comparing June to July, like our June end of month to July end of month. So we have that. Hold on, who is this? Is this leader? Yeah, okay, so I do need that. Okay, where are those? Okay. Oh no. All right, yesterday I feel like I was so productive. Like I got so many reports and requests completed and out. Yeah, I feel like I got a lot done yesterday. All right, so today I'm trying to be proactive though. I want to get some numbers out to my manager because I need to clean my glasses. Okay, hopefully that's better. But yesterday my manager messaged asking if we had reporting available for a particular metric and at the employee level, and I told her yes, we do. I believe that this new metric, you guys. So I want to go ahead and pull the last 3 months of performance at the employee level and see kind of like where. Oh no. Okay, sir, we'll look into it. All right. An email inquiry just came in from a manager about reporting, so I'll look into that. But I need to pull the reporting at the employee level for this new metric to kind of gauge where employee performance is. Like I know like when we roll it up to like the enterprise results, where we've been standing and performance has dropped, and our one of the look, I don't even know what he is, but one of the executives, he wants to challenge employees to improve in their performance in this metric. So I just need to look and see where they're actually performing at, like how many employees are actually meeting this target, you know, that he wants to give them. And this is just a number he threw out, but for example, he wants, if you are saying like, hey, you're performing at a level of 10%, I want you to get to 15%. I need to see how many employees are currently achieving a 15% result in that metric, just to see like, is that feasible? Is that going to be too hard for them to achieve for this metric? So that's what I'm going to look at. So I'm going to pull the last 3 months of performance. I already have access to the data. I just need to like analyze it. We have May, June, July finalized. Yeah. So I'm going to look at those 3 months of performance because I feel like it's going to be asked for. So I may as well go ahead and get a head start on looking at that data. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I have a presentation, or we have this call at 1 o'clock where I'm supposed to present some findings, like some data that I analyzed for this project almost 2 weeks ago, but the call was canceled because my manager was sick. So we had to cancel the call to where we were supposed to review it. So we're going to review that data today and see what happens from there. So yeah, so let me go ahead and get May, June, July data together, analyze where the performance is, see like out of the thousands of employees, how many and what percentage of employees are achieving this target that this executive wants to give them. All right, I'll check in with you guys in a bit. All right, so what I'm doing is I am logging into Teradata so I can look up this inquiry from this email from someone that's stating that they're missing from reporting. I'm trying to understand like, hey, are you new in role? Is that why you're missing from the reporting, or have they been in role for a long time? Because it doesn't make sense that I can't think of why they would be missing unless they're like fairly new. And so I'm just going to do a quick select from our employee hierarchy table that tells me like, hey, where were you in reporting? Actually, I need to check this other, I'll check that in a second. Let me check this where. All right, let's see where this employee was. You just became a manager in July? Let me double check because this reporting is, I believe, delayed by a month. So in July, you should appear when it refreshes with August data next month. All right, let me look. I'm gonna check this other tab of the report because I believe they're like, oh, I became a manager in July, I should be here. No, that's not how it works, unfortunately. I don't, unless, what is their name? Oh, I'm on the wrong tab. I'm looking at, I thought this refreshed. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you're still with the sales employees, like your result, sir. All right, so I'm going to respond to him and say, hey, if you're looking to see, look, sir, you're not meeting any, talking about you care about where you're at, sir. Have you been looking at where your performance is? Like, okay, let me respond to him. Hey, what's his name? Okay, so I'm going to send him this. Okay, let me. However, you're currently reflected on this tab of the dashboard. Order by All right, let me run this query again. Okay, so I can get